Alright, next I'm going to tie a nymph called a firefly. Notice a change in thread color. It's a more natural color because I'm tying a natural looking fly. First you're going to put a red bead on the hook, and you're going to put the hook in the vise, which I've already done this to save time. Next you're going to take a piece of lead wire. You're going to do like 4 wraps. You're going to bust it off. You push it up, and that holds the bead in place. Next you're going to take your thread, do the same thing you did on the other fly, except this time you're going to wrap back way farther. You kind of have to make a body of thread over the lead wire, otherwise it'll cut your thread once you get farther into the fly. Cut your tag in. Next you're going to take a piece of copper rib, tie that in. And then pull that off to the side and let it sit for a minute. Next, take a piece of pheasant tail, take a nice chunk out, make sure the ends are even, because that'll be your tails. You want your tails to be about the same size as the gap in the hook, so about right there is about right. You're going to do 1 loose wrap just to hold it in place. Then you pull down and do a couple more wraps. And then pull this up, and then you go about 3/4 of the way up. You want to keep space right here because just like a real fly, you got to keep a proportion. You're going to have to tie a thorax in later. So just take your pheasant tail and you start wrapping it around the hook shank. Try and make a tapered body just like a real fly. Oops. And tie that off. And cut the excess off. Now take your copper rib, wrap it around, try and keep your spacing even. This will help hold down the feather, help hold the fly together so it don't fall apart. Tie that off, cut it using a different pair of scissors so you don't dull your good pair. And for the final touch on this fly, you're going to use some dubbing. Take the dubbing out, just a small chunk. Pull a little thread, and you twist it onto the thread like this. If you want, you can use the dubbing wax like I have here, get it a little bit sticky. Tie that around, make sure it's bigger, and now you have a thorax of your fly. Just like the other fly, take your whip finish and finish the fly. And there you have it, a firefly.